If you're looking for Oscar Peterson piano exercises, then this is going to be a great video for you. It is part of a tutorial series that we're doing on Oscar Peterson licks on the tune You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To that he played with Ben Webster back in 1957. Definitely, and most importantly, pure Oscar Peterson. And no one was a greater tactician at the piano than him. And so if you add some of these licks and exercises to your playing, it's going to definitely make your soloing a lot better. So we are currently doing this 2/5 in the middle of the tune You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To. And when we get back from me performing the solo that I lifted, we're going to tackle this section of it. So let me play the entire solo for you. Again, it was done from the piano transcription that I made. It's only going to take a minute to do so, and then we're going to dive in and do this 2/5, which is pure Oscar Peterson. All right. So there's the solo that I transcribed. I think you can agree that that's definitely Oscar Peterson, and it sounds like something you'd want to learn for sure. Let's do this 2-5-1 of F major, which is kind of in the middle of the tune. And what I'd like to point out is, as a lick itself, these two licks put together, there's two of them, right? So the first one is, so it's going to take a little bit of practicing, but it's definitely blues. So I think the thing that makes that an Oscar lick is definitely the triplets, and then he's definitely making reference to this A minor blues scale here, right? The blues scale. But because it's a 2/5 of F major 7, which is kind of the relative major of the minor chord, well, not really, but they're closely related. It definitely makes that bluesy sound. Okay. I don't think there's much more of an explanation needed there other than the fact that it's definitely a blues scale, and it's really the triplets that make it sound like that. Again, if you want the true feel of that, you're going to have to refer to the recording that I played just before this. Okay. Now we're at the destination, which is F major 7, and we're heading to somewhere new, and at the end we've got this B7 chord. But it's definitely Oscar. So that's that over and under pattern that I keep referring to that he does a lot. It's definitely bebop related. So you've got the destination note being the third, and he's always doing 4 notes or more as an approach to the destination note. So in this case, it's over the note, over, under, then the note. And then he's preceding that with just a simple. That's very interesting, that where a lot of players will do the blues scale like this. But he's just really the main notes of the F major chord. Okay? So from the beginning of the line, and now he's heading off to a new phrase, and he's just plunking down a B7 chord. The diminished chord, which is 3, 5, 7, and flat 9. Of the B chord, right? And the destination note for that would be on the next line. So again, he's heading just right up to the beat. So you have to get your thumb in there. And again, if you're looking for a lick from Oscar Peterson, this will definitely fit the bill. So you've got the chord itself, just the third, the fifth, and the seventh. And you can do that on any chord, C minor, F major, G minor. And again, that's the way Oscar thinks. He's always thinking in those little 16th note progressions or quick triplet progressions, right? So again, we started the phrase. With this note being bebop at the end. Bebop, right? And then he's going right back and doing some more of these patterns. So in the context of that whole line, if you were considered the first two bars up until this point, it's got this cool sound. Wow, just great playing. And then he's doing it again. He's approaching this A minor 7th chord with kind of like the same pattern. Now, it's questionable a little bit whether that's an actual B half diminished 7th chord. He's really just jumping into E7. He's kind of ignoring that, and I think that's fine. So the whole line from the beginning. So again, you can see how these little licks kind of just all fit together into making a beautiful phrase. So it's good to learn the whole phrase, but it's also to understand what each of the licks are in between. And then he's starting off right again with another one. Again, we did that with B7 before. Now he's doing it again with E7 here. So this is essentially an E7 chord. And our destination note is B. So he's continuing up the scale. So you probably have to play it like this. So play this note with your second finger and then follow that up with the first finger. Because you got to get this quickly. It's really going to be really hard to do it any other way. Okay, and then we're on to the next line. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave that line for the next video and finish off this solo. If you want to download the sheet music, which is the entire transcription, it's in a link in the corner up here. And in our next video, we're going to finish off the solo and talk about a few other things that I think are important in terms of Oscar Peterson, and then we'll be done this tutorial series. So I'll see you in that video really, really soon. If you like this one, just give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, go right ahead. We'd love to have you along for the ride. After we're done our Oscar Peterson series, we're probably going to tackle some Bill Evans. So you have that to look forward to over the coming days. Thanks so much for your time.